Yo, what is up everybody? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today, bringing you another unboxing. This time, we got an A-10. Probably one of the most well-known planes out there. It's got a monster up the front. It's got loads of armaments along the wings. This thing is awesome. Now, this box art is amazing. It is so nice. This is believe it's a moulding from 1991. It's a 1/48 scale. It's an aircraft series number 28. And then we've got some other sort of, we've got some dimensions. So we've got a wingspan of 36.5 millimeters. The fuselage is 345 millimeters and height is 93 millimeters. Well, it's going to be quite a fair size. Ready to assemble precision model kit, which is cool. And on the side of the box just here, we've got modelling skills helpful if under 10 years of age. Kit contains parts to be assembled into one model. Cement and paint not included. Sort of your normal. So, let's have a look on the side here. So here we've got some information, which unfortunately I can't translate. We've got a little bit of a paint scheme as well. Do you know what makes it even nicer? Is we have a photo. Sorry about that. Give you a little bit of motion sickness while you're watching. We have a photo of an actual A-10. Now that is awesome. I love that. And then there we go. We've got a little bit of information there. So I believe that is the part number. Or the box number. I'm not actually sure. I wish I could tell you. So on the side here, sorry, it's a little bit of a weird angle. Hang on, let me move you guys up a little bit. Okay, so here we've got, there's the item number. 81028 star 3300. 1/48 scale. And what else have we got here? Oh, that is Tamiya Europe. Handy to know. And then this side, so we'll bring you guys back down. A little bit more Japanese. We've got the colours for the armaments. We've got our pilot with the ejection seat even. This kit was made in the Philippines. Copyright of 1991 Tamiya. 422-8610. I don't know. That might even be the product code. I have no idea. And then we've got our colours, well, another colour scheme and sort of the scheme for the armaments on the underside. Let's get inside and see what's inside this box. So, with the inside of the box, straight away, we're greeted by the fuselage and the rear sections of wing. Now, I have to say, just with it sat here, this thing's huge. We've got our clear parts. We've got our wings, which look huge. This plane is going to be massive. Right, we'll move all this out of the way and we'll get on to the instructions. More parts there. We've got our engine covers. And then we're finally coming down to the rest of our engine components. It looks like some of our bombs, missiles, all that good stuff. So, our instructions. So, you know, in good Tamiya fashion, you've always got sort of like the little bits, the important notices at the bottom. And then you've got like your tech tips as well, which is kind of normal for a Tamiya model. So, also with this model kit, from what I've heard, you do have to put weights up in the front. But we will see. Oh, yeah. Straight away. Straight here. You need a weight. So this says 45 to 50 gram. I'm probably going to put 60 into it just to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. So, as normal with Tamiya kits, we've got our paint selection here. Sort of the basic model tools. So like it's saying, tools required. Then it's got sort of like the tools that you need. Study the instructions through before assembly. Use plastic, cement and paints only. Use cement sparingly. And oh, I was trying to figure out what that word said, and it says ventilate. It's one of them days. Just blaming it on that. Ventilate room while constructing. Yeah. The reason why they say to ventilate is because that glue stinks. To be fair, both of these do. Both of these paints really do stink. So you do want to ventilate. But, so Tamiya instructions are usually laid out pretty well. Especially with this one. So here we've got our fuselage going together. We've got, I'm going to guess this is part. I don't really know modern planes. This is probably the most modern plane I've built. Looks like we've got another weight here to go along with that one. But this looks like we're building up the interior and the engines. So we're building up the cockpit and the engines. Yeah, so we're building up the cockpit and the bit of the fuselage that will go underneath. Then it looks like we're building up the wings. Again, nice bold lettering to show exactly what parts you need. Lines coming off the parts, which is even better. You've got left hand and right hand. Again, perfect. Tamiya are always linking their own paints. And to be honest, it's lovely and it's really nicely done. I have to say, compared to sort of like their older instructions, I prefer the way that this is laid out. I feel like this is nicely laid out and a lot better than what it has been in the past. So here we're coming to the landing gear. Well, we've got our seat, which remember, this is an injector seat with our pilot. By the looks of it, you could possibly have it so that the canopy is open. That could be interesting. So here we've got our landing gear, which I'm going to presume you can have either up or down. I'm just going to presume. And then it looks like we're then fitting our landing gear. Getting sort of like other little points on the bottom set out. And then we come to building the armaments. And then of course we've got our AGMs. We've got our ALQs. I'm not even going to say that I know what an ALQ is. AGM, I believe, is air-to-ground missile. I believe this also has air-to-air as well. But I could be wrong. And then we've got, so if we look down here, we've got ALQ 19s on the side. Then we've got the Mark 20s just coming in from that. Then we've got the AGM 65s. Then we've got the GBU 10s and the Mark 82s in the middle. And then we've got a few designs actually. So we've got the 23rd TFW 76th TFS at England AFB Louisiana. Then we've got a South Carolina for the 354th TFW. We've got another one for the 354th TFW. These are for the 355th TFS and the 356th TFS. Then we've got the 353rd TFS. And then we've got the 81st TFW and going with the 511th TFS. Here we have the contents. So with this one, like I said at the beginning of this, we've got our two fuselage sides. So we've got our left side and our right side. So Tamiya bags are always held on, well, in my experience, they've always been held in with staples. So if we have a look at our clear parts. Now, when I say, at the beginning when I was talking about the box and I said copyright from 1991, it basically just means that the moulding that they're using is from 1991. But there is no sort of excess plastic on there. I think it's called flash. I could be wrong. But no, they are really nice. Nice and clear, no yellowing. No, they are really good. I like that. Right, and here we have our fuselage. Looks like they've used some green plastic. So the details on this are nice. And I think they're raised as well. Yeah, they're raised details, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that. It's got a fair bit of detail sat on it. So I'll just show you them. Which, to be honest, for Tamiya models, is pretty normal. I mean, I'm not exactly going to go as far as say this is a beginner-friendly kit. Because, honestly, I have no idea. I personally wouldn't advise a 148 kit for a beginner, but someone else would. It's all down to preference. Here we have our wings. So, luckily enough, our injection pin marks are all on the inside, none on the outside. So, again, these have got some nice details on them for coming straight out of the box. Sorry for wobbling the camera. So that's the underside. Here's the bit everyone will see. And again, it's really nice. I mean, there's a little mark here. There's a little mark just here. But to be honest, once it's painted up, you probably won't see them marks. Or you will, but it won't be so much of an issue. And again, some really, really lovely details on this. So we'll pop that back in the bag. Okay. So here we've got some extra parts for the rear stabilizer wing, I want to call it. I could be wrong. It also looks like we're getting our seat, we're getting our landing gear, getting some of the cockpit. These are the bits that I was talking about on the rear, which I think are called a stabilizer wing. I could be completely wrong, I could be completely butchering it. I'm completely fine with that. But yeah, so we're getting our cockpit here, we're getting the rest of the plane, the landing gear, the rear wing section. Again, really nice detail on there for the age of this kit. here we're starting to see our armaments. Get me words out in a minute. Getting some lovely detail on that piece. Sorry for knocking the camera again. Here we're seeing the engine covers. Some really nice detail on that. And on that one. Some really nice detail on this model. I mean, people will say that, you know, there's better 1/48 scales out there. And yeah, they might be true. But for the price that you're paying for a Tamiya kit, you can't really argue that the detail isn't there. Because for the price of it, I'm quite happy with the detail. Here's our decal sheet. So I'm probably going to go with the design that's going to let me use this. Just because why not? I think it would look awesome sat up on the shelf with some other planes around it. But this has got everything to do with all the other squadrons. I'm from the UK, so I know them as squadrons. It probably is the same in America, but I wouldn't know. Now, if you can see just there, that is how tiny them decals are. And it's not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, like it generally says no step. And then you look at it at sort of like a normal distance and you can hardly make it out. I think that's pretty impressive. I know there's probably loads of people out there that already know that, but I thought it'd be quite impressive. I mean, even with all the writing. Oh no, that is just lines, ain't it? Oh no, that is actually words. Okay, I stand corrected. That is actually words in a box. I thought it was just lines. But yeah, I have to say, it's a pretty impressive decal sheet. Anyway, back to this. So here we're starting to see a little bit more of our landing gear. We're seeing our engines. However, this is mainly our armaments and our bits to hold the armament onto the plane. There's the other sheet. It's exactly the same. Quite nice details on there. We've actually got some rivet marks on this, which is actually really nice. Again, while I keep knocking the camera, some really nice rivets. And altogether, quite a nice little model. So in the instructions, it also said about weights. So this is my weight. And if you are into your cars, you'll know. Or if you're a mechanic, you'll know. These are wheel weights. These are weights that you'll put on an alloy wheel. So these are a strip of 60. Currently, I have a quantity of 50 in here, which is probably, you know, enough to build one of these. I've heard they're front heavy. I don't think they're that front heavy, but it's nice to have. But yeah, so they're the weights that I will be using for this kit, rather than going with sort of one that most people would use, because I tried to find the model ones, and to be honest, the price that them wheel weights cost me, I couldn't really turn it down. But so my conclusion to this kit: do I think it could be beginner friendly? I think it could. I think in a way this kit could be beginner friendly. I won't be able to tell you 100% until I have built it. But if there is anyone who has built this kit, if you want to go down into the comments, just put a comment down there saying if this is a beginner kit or not. But let it be your own opinion of it. I personally think it could be, because it's a Tamiya, and Tamiya is always the one that everyone sort of pushes everyone towards if they're trying to get into model building. And to be honest, I can understand why. If you're an expert or have expertise, again, you can't go wrong with this plane. It's Tamiya, it's modern. If you like the modern aviation, this is definitely a plane that you need to add to your collection. If you're looking at getting started in sort of modern aviation, plane you need to have. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment of what current projects you're working on, because I would seriously love to know. I love hearing what sort of projects people have on the go. And sometimes them projects inspire me with my current projects. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I hope your day is going well. If your day has just started, I hope you achieve everything that you want to, including if you're building a kit. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope that carpet monster doesn't steal your photo etch. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.